Remember this date, January 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're having the new Xbox Developer Direct, showcasing a bunch of games that we already know, but a new game. And there's one notable game that's coming out next month that's not even in this rotation for whatever reason at Developer Direct. But the games that we will be reviewing when it comes to this Developer Direct are obviously Doom, The Dark Ages. This is just going to be amazing. South of Midnight, which you've seen previously, Expedition 33, specifically quoting them on this about the new game, stated that, and visit a surprise location to see another studio's brand new game. For the longest time, we actually were predicting to see maybe the Oblivion remake that's currently in the works, maybe in the Fallout 3 remake that's currently in the works as well. We do know that these are happening as they were leaked FTC documents. And so the official documents from Bethesda, ZeniMax, that yeah, this is happening, but calling it a brand new game makes you think it's a completely new IP or just a new iteration of a new game, which I would think that like it would have to possibly be maybe even Elder Scrolls 6. It's like in the video I mentioned earlier, it's been 7 years, and I just kind of get that vibe for possibly a mention of Elder Scrolls 6 just because it's mentioned Doom the Dark Ages, which is about a Bethesda-owned property from id Software, but then also saying, and visit a surprise location to see another game studio within the same sentence. So I'm curious if it does have any ties to Bethesda. That's just me going like far off the deep end of really reading between the lines. Or this mystery game here, guys, could be, just hear me out on this one, it could be the next Halo game. I'm just saying it was revealed that it's currently in the works right now, just at the Halo HCS event, which I was at. It was really cool to be part of that reveal. But we don't really know like what the game is. We just know that Halo has switched to Unreal Engine 5 and they renamed the studio to Halo Studios from 343 Industries. But this was more just like a tech demo, I think, just to kind of showcase what they're able to accomplish with this new tech here with Unreal Engine. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh my god, it's the CE remake that's coming in. It could be, but I don't know if that really was confirmed with this trailer, because now you see here with Master Chief in that classic Master Chief armor from CE, holding the M60 pistol and stuff like that. But the thing is, I want to just kind of throw out there that these are Halo Infinite assets that were put into Unreal Engine. Like the Master Chief that we have right there is from Halo Infinite's bundle, so it's just imported in there. The elites that we saw in this trailer are from Halo Infinite as well. And I would assume that M60 pistol probably cut content from Halo Infinite, because there's a plethora of cut content just never saw the light of day from 343 while developing for Halo Infinite. So I don't necessarily mean this confirms a CE remake. I think it would be awesome to see what they could do with it. But it would be actually a proper time to actually reveal this. But I think since it is a mystery at this point, that with whatever game they're looking to reveal a brand new game, that I would think you would probably highlight it being Halo would get more attention maybe than like a bunch of question marks. But I also could just leave it up to be a surprise. Again, I'm just throwing out the possibilities, guys, of what this mystery game could be. It could also just be something completely different that we just haven't had a chance to see yet. It just really just depends on what Microsoft is looking to do with it. But my hopes would be Halo, but I would assume that you probably wait to reveal whatever the next Halo game is for the June showcase that we get every year from Xbox. But there's one game that's not part of this developer direct, which I'm really surprised that it's not there, because this is one of Xbox's biggest titles releasing now this year, originally planned for 2024, and that was Avowed. It's set to release on February 18th. Now, the big thing, I understand that, yeah, like it was showcased in last year's developer direct, makes a lot of sense why they would leave that space open, because I don't really know if there's really much else to talk about when it comes to Avowed, right? Just because it's was part of like the previous developer direct last year, and they've really just spent this time to delay the game to give it just that extra edge of polish that these games definitely need when it comes to making sure that when they do release, they're very well received, people are enjoying them, you can actually just play the game and have fun with it, not have to deal with technical bugs or things just not working. So there really won't really be anything else to talk about or add to this discussion of Avowed, because it's still the same game, the same type of talking points we would have. It'd just be more just like, hey, remember, it's coming out in a couple weeks, so pre-order please, or just buy Game Pass. But let's talk about the stuff that we do know about the developer direct and what to look forward to and what to really expect from this showcase. Let's talk about the heavy hitter that I think a lot of people, at least on this channel and in our community, are going to be really looking forward to, and that's Doom the Dark Ages. Just because of how amazingly badass the last two Doom games have been, right? It's completely revitalized the franchise and people's interest in this like 30-year long running franchise. Like people are excited about this, especially this was probably one of the best showings we had at the Xbox showcase back in June of 2024, right? We saw some gameplay, it was a hype trailer. Like this is exactly how you get people excited for your game. And it hasn't really been much discussed about Doom, the Dark Ages. Like what is this game truly doing that's different than like Eternal or 2016 Doom? And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to talk about when it comes to this, like why go to the Middle Ages besides just it being a really cool scene. But knowing Doom, it could just be that. They're like, hey, it would be cool if we had like swords and shields, like a chainsaw shield with it, just because why not, right? We do have some information from the game director himself about Doom, the Dark Ages, talking about the game design when it comes to this game being much more classic Doom. Anyway, both remaining like the new modern technology, but kind of like bringing back that old school Doom feeling. Quoted here saying, if you're playing, was like playing Doomslayer now, saying, if you're an F-22 fighter in Doom Eternal, this time around, we wanted you to feel like an Abrams tank. It means you're more powerful and grounded. We're making strafing to aim a thing again. You'll be weaving between projectiles just like you did in the original Doom to deliver that super shotgun blast to the chest. It almost creates this three-dimensional shoot-'em-up puzzle that you're weaving your way through, which is definitely much more classic Doom, right? Just that one perspective, dodging shots left and right. So I actually might be a little bit more interested with this one just because the previous Dooms were just like maybe a little too cracked out for me. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, but that's kind of how I feel. And that kind of information I think is what we're really going to find out with Doom, the Dark Ages when it comes to developer direct. Just trying to give you an idea of like the feel, the gameplay, the philosophy behind it, and also hopefully get some more gameplay shots on there because I mean, this game just looks so badass. I mean, that's what it's been doing such an amazing job with when it comes to Doom in the last 9 years now at this point, since the release of that, probably more 10 years if we count the development of the whole thing. So I'm looking forward to this. This is probably my biggest hype game, I would say, for Developer Direct. I feel like this showcase is going to be a major time for South of Midnight to really make their case of why you should play this game. We've seen it's a third-person action-adventure game, right? But why play South of Midnight, right? What's like the gameplay loop? We understand like the tonality, the type of stories, the mythology that they're grabbing from like the Louisiana South and stuff like that, which is a really interesting aspect we have never really seen touched in gaming before. So this will definitely play into a new aspect of it, but maybe learn more about like the gameplay style and also like different type of settings you might be able to turn off, because the stop action animation can be turning off a lot of people from playing it, myself maybe even included. I have heard that you actually can change those settings a little bit so it's not so choppy while you're playing the game. But I also think it also kind of adds to like the visual art style and vibe to the game. So it really just kind of depends on like how they actually want to go about playing this. Like you can see we're here in the gameplay, like the world's moving at 60 frames, but the character's moving at like what, 15 or something like that. Kind of a little jarring for me personally, but I'd like to see, again, probably just be something similar to this, what we had with this showcase here. I believe this was at the Xbox showcase, but kind of just more of the same, right? Nothing too crazy, not revealing a whole lot, but kind of just giving you like the general idea of like maybe a big reveal, like, oh my god, you definitely need to check out South of Midnight now because it does this crazy thing. The other game that really needs to make its case is Expedition 33. We saw this again at the Xbox showcase. Visually just incredible, right? Like this is just kind of insane, like how this game is visually. It is a bit interesting as it has a bit like that French-esque, I believe you call it, art style to it, which we haven't really seen before too much in gaming. It is a turn-based RPG, which is kind of like almost making a resurgence now, especially with Baldur's Gate 3, the way that played out. But I think turn-based is kind of making its way back in, which kind of adds a little bit different type of strategy and not being so tied to just being quick, fast-paced action. You can be a little bit more methodical with it, and maybe a little bit kind of like old school Final Fantasy in a way, but like with this type of art style and also on the Xbox platform, likely part of also Game Pass. So that's gonna be pretty exciting to see like how they justify their position of like why you need to play this game, right? Why Expedition 33 compared to anything else? It's gonna be really interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, that big question being, what is this mystery game that we're gonna be seeing here? A brand new game on top of that as well, which, I mean, brand new, it depends on how exactly you refer to it as brand new, right? Like, is it a new iteration of the franchise? A remake is technically a brand new game. I'd say given the information that we know that's out there, the current speculation would either be the Oblivion remake in Unreal Engine, which we've talked about previously here on the channel, possibly the Fallout 3 remaster remake that we've talked about, again, also previously on the channel here, or it could be Elder Scrolls 6, since it's been 7 years since we had that trailer. Like, what's going on with that game over there, Todd? However, this developer direct plays out. I definitely will be live streaming it here on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you guys want to keep up to date, make sure you subscribe. If you guys made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, I hope I earned your like, maybe even a subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next one. I got some videos right here if you guys missed any stuff from me. So thank you also for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.